beware.
So, what you doing?
I'm reading. I bought this book months ago and I still haven't read it yet.
Huh. I didn't know you could read.
Well, it's a comic book, so the pictures are helping a lot. This is getting kind of complex. Let's do something else. All this comic book reading got me really thinking about the Masked Mutant episode of Goosebumps. Segway! That's right, we're playing the Masked Mutant video game, Attack of the Mutant from Dreamworks Interactive.
Are you allowed to do that? Just yell segue instead of doing a segue?
I don't care because I already did and we're already moving on. Now, our last game acted as a sequel to the book, and you may think something similar is going to happen here with Attack of the Mutant, but that would be completely off base. So what happens is more of a reworked version of the book, where instead of Skipper as the main character, it stars you, the player.
Are we doing 3D now?
You never know, the editing process is a tricky mistress. I'm just keeping our options open. But the game is doing 3D. It's moving away from the traditional full motion video that Escape from Horrorland did, with more 3D animated characters in a 3D world that you explore in sort of a Doom first-person shooter style. But enough talking about it, let's just get into it. Attack of the Mutant is the story of a kid that gets off at the wrong bus stop and ends up in a comic book plot to take over the world. Sure, we've seen it before, but have we seen it with a toad warlord? I don't think so. So, let's stop that masked mutant with a League of Good Guys. Similar to the episode we covered earlier in the series, the game starts with a kid on a bus enamored with comic books, often jumping back and forth from reality to their comic story. In the story, we see the League of Good Guys meeting up to discuss stopping the evil plans of the Masked Mutant and his cronies.
Then we gotta get busy and stop him!
Let's go!
Turning to the next page, we learn that the mutant and his buddies Root Rot and Pinky Flamingo are hatching a plan to eliminate the League and take over the world.
We've got work to do. And the sooner we get started, the sooner the world will be mine!
Snapping back to reality, the kid is forced off the bus at the end of the line, but somehow they end up in a place they've never seen before. But it looks a lot like the Masked Mutant headquarters. Starting the game in earnest, the first thing you'll notice is the controls are wacky. You need to click the mouse to walk forward, and there's no way to walk backwards or side to side, but you still have use of the keyboard to jump and interact. Just a baffling design choice. Anyway, after walking into the HQ, we meet Dinah, the League of Good Guys speedster that lets us know we're the only hope of stopping the mutant.
I figure you're a real threat to the mutant because he doesn't know anything about you. He hates that, being a control freak and all.
Yeah, that makes sense. A random kid is going to solve all your problems. Anyway, we delve deeper into the tower and get a taste of action by throwing hammers at bugs. After the bug is squashed, we eavesdrop on a conversation between the bad guys.
All right, listen up. An unknown intruder from the outside world has slipped inside our headquarters, and he or she has to be apprehended at once!
The mutant wants to stop this intruder, but we also discover that Molecule Man is aiming to be the mutant's second in command, looking to unseat a villain named Chinchilla.
Bring me the human intruder, and you will replace Chinchilla.
Do I have your word?
Do I have your loyalty?
Only time will tell.
After that, we are led out to the garden where we run into our first boss, Root Rot. Luckily, some helpful bees are nearby to distract him so we can run off. After getting back inside, we finally learn the mutant's plan. He wants to shoot a green beam at the world to convert the real world into the comic world, meaning the mutant will have total control.
This just in. The mysterious green beam has just leveled Washington, D.C.
And the suit will get started. A suit of the world will be mine!
Looking to stop this plot, we stumble into Pinky Flamingo's office, where we find out he essentially has the ability to alter any physical substance by erasing the door and then immediately sticking us in quicksand. Luckily, we get out of the pit with the help of a thick-ass rat and end up discovering Pinky's art studio, where he has imprisoned the galloping gazelle.
Oh, it's okay. I'm okay. No big whoop, no major damage. Whew. By the way, nice work. I'm now back and ready to rumble. Pinky's the one who did this to me, and he's going to pay. Hey, while I go after him, I strongly suggest you stay on the mutant's tail. Cool?
Adam West comes back to reprise his role, but they really play the gazelle up to be more bumbling and less capable than his TV counterpart. After the gazelle leaps out of the room, he immediately gets in a fight with a mutant, before Molecule Man breaks them up, much to the anger of the mutant.
What are you doing? You dare to interfere!
With all the heroes and villains occupied, we continue searching the tower and find a guy hanging from a lamp. After turning on some rockin' tunes, he frees himself.
Whew, fine flicking, man. I got a jet, but I'll for sure tell the rest of the league that you are clearly a cadet to be trusted. Whoa, one more thing. Never forget the feedback credo. Look hot, stay cool, and always steer clear of the bee.
Soon after we leave feedback, we get launched into space, but luckily we are saved by Captain Bob, who we have not seen at all up to this point.
Don't you just love me? Captain Bob, at your service. I know you're dying to thank me, everyone always is, but there's no time for that now. That comic book you arrived with, may I see it?
The captain wants to meet us in the freezer as he's onto a hint that our comic book holds the key to the mutant's downfall. But after we meet up with him, we discover that Bob is actually the mutant in disguise, and our book holds his second in command, Chinchilla.
Now watch! That untrustworthy dog, the magnificent Molecule Man, imprisoned Chinchilla in his comic book, and it took a buffoon like you to free her for me.
Now, doll, I figure the least I can do is repay the favor.
The two villains blast us to the ice dimension, where we have to reassemble Molecule Man, who helps us get out.
Well done! Now, follow me!
Now skate faster, you lowly lard lovers! More checking, more bashing!
You didn't tell me she got out. You are on your own, amigo. Like Columbus and the Alamo. I am history!
I guess not really though, because he runs away from Chinchilla, causing us to fight her in a hockey battle.
You clods!
After Chinchilla is destroyed, and we make our way back to the Mutant HQ, we run into another one of the good guys, Flo.
Hello, I'm Flo. The other, guys from the League of Good Guys told me you were around.
But we are interrupted by Pinky, which causes Flo to open a portal to get us out of there. On the other side of the portal, we meet up with Gazelle, But somehow Pinky is there too. We just can't get away from this guy.
Not so fast! Yeah!
After Pinky erases the gazelle's leg, we give him Chinchilla's leg, which he uses to boot Pinky through a wall.
I knew I got a kick out of having you around. Check this out. Could be where the mutant's beam is coming from, don't you think? I'd go myself, but you've seen I sometimes tend to mess things up. Besides, while you do that, I'm gonna finish off Pinky. Well, I'm gonna try.
We continue searching the HQ, but are somehow teleported to an evil toad named Wartlock's empire, where he keeps several small toads as slaves.
But sir, it was an accident!
Oops. That was an accident too.
We also meet Flo's cousin Brooke, who tells us that we need to snatch Wartlock's gun and shoot him into the river.
You want to leave this place, I'll bet. It'll never happen till Wartlock's destroyed. Get his blaster. That's what you need. I'd help, but I can't get a grip. Besides, I'm afraid I gotta go with the flow.
After we do that, the slave toads are so happy they congregate together to give us a gift, which is a telescope, and then send us back to the tower. Once we are back in the tower, Dinah catches us and brings us to an impromptu League meeting to discuss the plan to stop the mutant. In the meeting, we learn that Molecule Man has defected from the mutant and wants to join the good guys, after he saw the mutant use his beam to turn children into lifeless props. Molecule Man gives each member of the team a place to go to stop the beam, and we all head off our separate directions. However, we get stopped in the hall by Pinky yet again, but we're able to make him explode by spraying him with water, which seems like a nonsensical weakness given his powers. After that setback, we finally get to the control room where we see Feedback napping in a chair for some reason, before he's attacked by Root Rot. We bust in the room and easily defeat Root Rot by pushing him into a giant fan which tears his body apart.
Hey, nice work, kiddo!
Feedback thanks us for the help and then just passes out, so it looks like we're all alone. We rush up to the roof of the Mutant HQ, fighting off tons of enemies along the way, but on the rooftop we come across two dinos, with one of them being the mutant in disguise.
Dinah, I am! No! Take my earrings and blast her!
Get that kid!
Not falling for his tricks, we chase him off the balcony where he is firing up his green beam. The epic battle is just hitting a bullseye behind him 5 times while dodging his attacks. If you fail, you get this cutscene.
You're the loser! I'm the winner! Loser, loser, winner, winner, loser, loser, winner, winner!
But if you win, you finally get to the end of the game.
Oh, look! Look what you've gone and done! Oh.
Buildings and people back in this mysterious green
Oggi returning museo è stato schiacciato da un raggio verde. Il presidente della Repubblica ha dichiarato stato di
After returning from communications from people around the museum, the Prime Minister's comment was, "Hey, where's my music?"
Hey, nice job, man!
We knew you could do it!
You saved the whole town!
Not to mention the entire world.
For this, we are more than happy to make you an honorary member of the League of Good Guys.
So there you have it. 2 endings. Either you beat the mutant or you don't. If you don't, the whole world gets turned into a desert and the League of Good Guys apparently just dies. If you do, then, you're the newest member of the League of Good Guys. There's also a third ending where if you collect all the secret collectibles, then it shows you in your costume.
Is it a cool costume?
Good question. No. Unlike the book and the episode where Skipper becomes the amazing Elastic Boy, in the game, the player character just becomes a really generic, nondescript hero guy. You're not even sure what his powers would be. But speaking of power, our last game had some serious star power with Jeff Goldblum, and Attack of the Mutant still does have some of that star power, just at a kind of lower level. We get Jim Belushi as the mutant, brother of famed actor John Belushi. You get Adam West as the Gazelle, who was Batman in the 60s and then built most of his career just being a parody of that character. And then there's Mary Kay Bergman as Flo, who you may remember as the voice of a ton of characters in the early seasons of South Park, as well as the voice of Daphne in some of those 90s Scooby movies. Overall, not bad, but not up to par with Jeff Goldblum Dracula.
Good anything?
Probably not, TBH honestly, but when you compare Attack of the Mutant to Escape from Horrorland, it's just clear it's a lesser product. The main problem is that Attack of the Mutant is more interested in being a game than it is a Goosebumps story, so it loses a lot of that Goosebumps feeling. It doesn't really feel like a scary story at all. If anything, it just feels like a parody of superhero stories with no real point. It's not funny, it's not scary, it doesn't have anything to say. And so Attack of the Mutant feels like it wants to put gameplay in the forefront, but the gameplay is doo-doo garbage. It's not good. It feels like if you tried to play Doom with your feet and all the guns hated you. It's not a fun experience at all. So we're in some double trouble here. It's not really a good Goosebumps story, and it's a hot garbage game. And because of that, I'm going to have to give 1997's Attack of the Mutant 2 bumps out of 5. Check it out. Especially if you regularly take the bus and a man with a watermelon causes you to get off at the wrong stop, and then you're suddenly in a manor with people in Technicolor clothes that are screaming at you about world domination. It happens. It happens a lot. It happened to me last week. You can choose to engage or you can choose to leave. Comic book world is going to be there regardless. You don't have to get involved. Know your place sometimes. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you've been this far, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.